if you want to have a gaming laptop that's thin and light, but still super performant, very premium, this is what people usually tend to go to.
It's always one of the best laptops.
It's people's favorite most of the time.
Is the 2026 out yet?
So right here we have different versions. This is the 2025 G16, 2025 G14. So in the name, the difference obviously is just the screen size. And then here you have the 2026 G14. So the main difference between the 2025 and the 2026, there's a few minor tweaks, very small design changes. I don't know that you'll be able to see it, but there's a very small color change between the two. It's very minor.
Yeah, it's minor, yeah.
Very minor. We also have a lot more RG slash at the back, so we call that RG slash. So it's the slash lighting bar. We have more of them in the back of the laptop compared to the previous generation, and it's a little bit more thin. The big difference, obviously, that people are going to be very interested about this year is the screen difference. So on the 2026 version, we have a brand new screen. This used to be a 500 nits screen. This is a 1000 nits peak HDR panel. So it's still OLED, it's still 120 Hertz, it's still 0.2 millisecond and with G-Sync, but it is twice the brightness, and also there is a new anti-reflective coating. So you will be able to see a little bit if you move the laptop, but the 2025 version is much more, will attract much more the lights or something that will be reflecting in the screen, whereas the new version is much more, it is still not a matte finish, or it's, I would say it's
all around, right?
Yeah, it's like, it is slim, it is powerful, the screens is absolutely stunning. In my opinion, this is probably the best gaming screen in any 14-inch laptop out there. As long as you're not
refresh rate,
120 Hertz. So it's 120 Hertz, 0.2 millisecond. It is 3K, the resolution. And then it is 1000 nits of peak brightness, which is the new novelty this year. So it's double the brightness compared to before. We also have an anti-reflective coating on top. So even though if you use it in a bright environment, it's still going to look absolutely stunning, and you won't have a lot of reflection on the screen, which is what obviously you want for most people at home, or when you work outside, when you're on the go, when you're in a cafe, when you cannot have like that really dark environment. Like obviously here we're in a place that have really abrasive lights, and you're still able to have that very beautiful colors and accuracy that you get with an OLED panel. So that's what people are like really looking for. If you put it next to
like the price point in Canada,
100%. Right now for the 2026 version, just a heads up, we're bringing only the version with the more advanced graphics inside, which obviously raises the price. So if people are looking for a more entry point, 5050 or 5060,
the TUF would be.
I would recommend either getting a TUF or getting the 2025 version. And then if you want to have the full top of the line with a 5070 or 5070 Ti, 32 gigabyte of RAM, then you can get the 2026 version. And that starts just a little bit above 4,000 Canadian dollars.
Okay, good to know, good to know.
So this is the RG Flow Z13 KGP. There's a lot of details around this laptop. Obviously on the back of the keyboard you have the Kojima Production logo. At the back you have that desert sort of gold material or color. You have a lot of different small inscription that remembers for like anyone that has played Death Stranding or any like Kojima Production game will know those kind of things. It's really for like the Luden's universe.
Yeah, honestly, the processor is amazing.
Yeah,
I saw some benchmark, like
it is pretty amazing. So you have a lot of like very small details that like people who are in the universe will understand. And then this part is actually carbon fiber, real carbon fiber.
I know. I had someone telling me if you knew how complicated it was to do.
Oh yeah,
and one of the engineers that was there at CES.
Oh yeah,
we had this discussion
it is
about
really
that.
complicated because the way carbon fiber is created. So one of the coolest thing about it, obviously, let me just increase a little bit the brightness. One of the coolest thing around it as well is that not only the laptop looks cool, but the software, even Armored Crate have like a special edition. When you boot the laptop, you have also a special logo. And then one of the things that makes this laptop so special is the chip. The thing that makes it so special is actually the chip inside. Is the AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus 395.
Yeah, I know.
It's a long name, but it's also an incredible CPU.
It's the top end of those 3 series.
Exactly. So it's actually not a CPU nor a GPU. It's an APU.
Yeah, it's all built in the same
It's
chip.
an actually pretty big chip, something around that size, whereas like an Intel chip will be something like this.
Yeah.
So what's special about it is that it's the CPU, GPU, and the RAM all included into one single chipset, basically.
Yeah, well, that's the idea because it's so short, you know, to be able to connect between each other.
Exactly. So you remove a lot of latency, and then you have everything in a single SoC package. So one of the other things that's well, at least one thing that people have been asking us recently as well is we love the AMD chip, the APU, the AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus 395. We love it, but we want something that's not in a tablet format, which we're like, okay, we hear you. So what we've been doing is we've been thinking about other ways to include it into a more clamshell model. So this is what we're doing this year. This configuration is the regular one, which is an AMD Ryzen AI 9, the 400 series, the new CPU, plus a 5060 from NVIDIA. And then we bring it with the AMD Ryzen AI Max Plus 392. So the 392 compared to the 395 in the flow, it still get the same 40 CU cores. So the compute, like the graphics cores is still 40 cores, but instead of the full 16 core CPU, you get only 12, which for most people this is plenty, and you do save a little bit of money on the price. So this comes with both options, either with a dedicated graphics with NVIDIA or with the APU from AMD.
Okay, yeah.
The difference is you get $100 cheaper with the APU. So with the 5060, 32 gigabyte of RAM, and then an R9 with 400 series R9, you're at $25.99. And then with the same configuration, 1 terabyte, 32 gigabyte of RAM, but with the AMD AI Max Plus 392, you're at $24.99, $100 less.
Okay.
Performance is probably a little bit less on the AMD chip, but you do get a lot more efficiency because it's an APU. You're able to run everything at the same place, and then the TDP on it is not as high.